Oh no. The lighting's all a mess. The writing, I have no idea what did they do. It's so inconsistent. The acting is all wrong. The characters.
Oh, oh, it's that scene. Yeah, I know he's going to the movie.
Why would you insert a reference right there? It's uncalled for.
Hey, Linz, yeah. Can you can you do my laundry for me, please? Yeah. Don't worry, I'll do yours like tomorrow. Promise. Well, not really, but yeah, I promise. I'm not joking. I would do your laundry. No cap. I swear I would. Yeah, I am in the movies. I'm not loud. No. No way. Really? No. You legit? No. No.
Hi, my name is Haytham.
Hi, I'm Patrick Galicia and I'm the critic.
Hi, I'm Eliza, and I acted as, or I am still acting now, as Noisy.
Hi, I'm Kiara, and I guess you could call me as the person who spoils a lot during a movie.
How was the movie you just watched?
The movie that I just watched, well, it wasn't that bad.
The movie was decent at the start. It was okay.
Well, I guess it was okay since I actually know what the ending was gonna be, but overall, I guess it was okay.
But as it goes on, as I sat through the movie, it felt like it was inconsistent.
How was the movie I just watched?
And by the end, it fell apart from itself due to its poorly written plot. It's an accident of itself.
It was great. Yeah, the movie was great. I like how the story kept going.
But the ending wasn't what I wanted it to be. It was a bit disappointing.
I loved it. It was a great movie. Honestly, all the actors are really good actors. Like, whoever hired them deserves a raise. I thought I wasn't gonna like it because they're like, not really known actors. But I was like, I'm gonna be like mysterious and try to like watch a new movie with like all those new little actors and stuff.
And yeah,
What were you doing during the movie?
what was I doing? Well, I was definitely not using my phone.
I was definitely watching the movie, and maybe I heard some stuff I shouldn't have heard.
During all the scenes, definitely. Okay, maybe I was. Maybe.
Well, not to spoil things, but
But like, they were talking really loud, so I have the rights to listen. I was not eavesdropping. I have the rights to listen.
But what was I doing in the movie? I was critiquing the movie. Should apologize if I was being a bit loud during the screening. But I just couldn't help myself due to the inconsistencies, the faults that I found during the movie.
What was I doing during the movie? Well, I was watching the movie and trying to figure out what the ending would be.
Would you rewatch the movie again?
well, I already know what's going to happen anyway, so why bother?
No, I would not rewatch the movie again. I didn't really enjoy it that much.
Yeah, I definitely would rewatch the movie and maybe try to rewatch it alone so I don't start listening to some.
I would. so that I can actually watch the movie. Yes.
Anyways, yeah, I definitely would. I actually really, really liked it. I didn't get to see the last part because I was kind of busy doing really, really important stuff,
I don't really have to rewatch the movie again. I already know what's gonna happen anyways.
obviously. But yeah, love the movie. Great movie.
Most probably not. I have watched way better movies, and with that, I would much rather watch a paint dry.
When a purposeful attempt and effort is made to turn an idea into a practical reality, we call it construction. The audience for a teleserie does not exist and of itself, but the creation and producer's imagination who take the teleserie will most likely attract. It is to say that the audience of a certain television program could not have existed unless it had been envisioned and realized by a group of people. The majority of media companies work in this manner, beginning with the question of who their target audience is. The process of finding and creating a target audience is a method of narrowing down the audience. The media text really develops the audience from whom it is meant by identifying why this product is important to a specific set of individuals and bringing in that envisioned group of people. To simply narrow it down, the topic that is being presented to the audience is what the audience seeks. It is what they want to know or what they are interested in. It is only reasonable to watch a TV show which you find interesting rather than watching something you aren't. Let us take a product for example. A whitening soap is being advertised. Consumers are needed for a whitening soap released by a pharmaceutical business. Some value propositions are built into the product, giving it an advantage over other competitors in the market, which are as well advertising or promoting another brand of whitening soap. It could be a manner of expressing what the product can provide to potential customers, such as this is the answer to your needs, or this is the solution to your problem. It's kind of like the same. A marketing strategy is devised and an advertisement will undoubtedly play a key role. Potential customers have now been transformed into the target audience for advertisements. The advertisement gives out a confident remark that their product is what the consumers need. This then calls out to specific people that are interested in, let's say, beauty products or hygienic condiments. Since it stated it was a whitening soap, which does relate to beauty products, and it also mentioned having a different value to the soap than other products that could interest viewers to listen. Knowing that advertisements are meant to sell and convince people to buy and promote their products, or having different markets and market sales to compete with each other since they have the same product that they're advertising. Nevertheless, it's still a lost cause if you're advertising to a wrong group of people which doesn't even care about the product. Do not view target audience in the same manner that target audiences view themselves. The media executives the media executive creates a different image to certain consumers they interview. An example was Maribel. She is 18 years old. She's a college student working hard to graduate with honors. Since having good grades gives you an opportunity to get high paying jobs. She describes herself as an obedient daughter. a loving sister, a friend, and a responsible leader. But how does that help with advertising a whitening soap to potential consumers like Maribel? The way she described herself doesn't link with the main objective that the media executives want. So they have to think outside the box and let Maribel answer a survey questionnaire for their own favor. When they finally receive the questionnaire, they can finally make a successful marketing campaign for whitening soap. You might be wondering what the questionnaire contained. The questions relates to what Maribel does in her free time. To know more about her characteristics, it included that she was an Instagram follower, she buys local celebrity magazines, and follows local celebrities. This information made great use of endorsing the whitening soap. Maribel's desire for white and radiant skin is one of the features that appeals to the advertising agency because it appears to be the standard and defining characteristics of the local celebrities she follows on Instagram. Oh, and to add up, executives who plan the strategies and tactics of recruiting potential viewers control media companies. You must have at least a rudimentary understanding of how they perceive you and how they use their imagination to create a media product with you as a target audience.
Audience consumes media to escape their everyday lives. They choose to entertain themselves by text, videos, anything to allow themselves to divert their attention from the real world, perhaps by watching a fantasy film like Harry Potter or any other movie, or like looking at magazines like Vogue and stuff on the media. The constructed audience is a term and a concept researched by mass communication scholars to mean essentially people who consume media. This content is based for them, both subject matter and to the nature. So now, what is media language? Media language is the way in which the meaning of a text is to convey the audience. One of the ways media language works is to convey meaning through signs and symbols suggested by the way a scene is set up or filmed. Media industry categorizes this so the audience is easily targeted. These categories include age, gender, and class. General audience are defined. Their demographic profile and psychological profile are what defines them. How do you define audience of mass media? Such individuals share common access or exposure to the same mass media. Therefore, the more they look at stuff, the more it shows up for them. So looking at media, their reach, their media access, their exposure, and the effect on them.
Now, let me give you a visual representation of a traditional segmentation model. When we refer to segmentation models, we describe this as a tool to provide insight on identified crucial parts on a particular segment. Traditional segmentation models have different variables. We can refer to them as geographic, demographic, psychographic, and behavioral variables. We can segment consumers accordingly with the different kinds of segmentation models. As you can see on this table, if we base it on the different occupations, you could see that they are classified under different social grades and social status, thus giving us more insight on how these parts are divided based on particular groups. Another important thing we need to know is market segmentation. This is defined as the practice of sectioning your target market into different subsets of groups based on demographics, needs, priorities, shared interests, and other behavioral characteristics. that can greatly contribute to better understand the target audience. An advertising agency in the West, which is known as the Young and Rubicam Ltd, has conceptualized what is now commonly referred to as the 4Cs, the Cross-Cultural Consumer Characterization Model. It views the audience as a group of people who are the receivers of media products, and what they should be receiving should complement to the complex set of traits they possess. To elaborate more about this, let me give you 7 types of people and their key motivations to define each type. Mainstreamer. They value more on security, or seek more on security. They are not risk takers, and they usually compare the product quality and price. Aspirer. They seek more on status, so for them, image is important, and they usually focus more on what is trending or what is currently famous. Succeeder. They seek control. These people are full of confidence and have strong goals. They also focus more on what is high quality and what is more effective. Resigned. We can use older people as an example to this. They seek more on what is in the past and the tradition of the product itself. The brand choices they make are based on safety, familiarity, and economy. Explorer. These type of people seek discovery. They are the ones who are usually full of energy and have individualism. They are also usually the first to try new products. They are also the ones who like to look for new experiences and to do new activities. Struggler. They seek escape. These are the type of people who have lost the opportunity to have a better life. These are also the people who have insufficient income for living. Reformers. These type of people seek enlightenment. They are full of freedom of restriction and they seek more on personal growth. They are not afraid to speak out their opinions and they want to make sure that they are trying their best to have a better society. These type of people participate in order to have a better society or environment. They may be anti-materialistic but aware of good taste. So that is all for my part. Let's now move on to the next.
Hi, I am going to expand about audiences as defined by differences. There are 3 categories of audiences. One of them is called the lay audience. The other one is called the managerial audience, and the last one is called the expert audience. The lay audience has no special or expert knowledge. They connect to the human interest aspect of articles. They usually need background information. They expect more definition and description, and they may want attractive graphics or visuals. The managerial audience may or may not have more knowledge than the lay audience about the subject, but they need knowledge so they can make a decision about the issue. Any background information, facts, or statistics needed to make a decision should be highlighted. The experts may be the most demanding audience in terms of knowledge, presentation, and graphics or visuals. Audience. The expert audience may be referred to as theorists or practitioners. Document formats are often elaborate and technical. Style and vocabulary may be specialized or technical as well. Source citations are reliable and up to date, and documentation is accurate. Thank you. Those were the 3 types of audiences: the lay audience, the managerial audience, and the expert audience. Thank you.
Okay, so the topic that I'll be discussing is creating content for target audiences. This topic is a bit tricky because it's always a walk between risk and success. So let's say that a TV studio or any other company will air a show on a channel for half a year. Most likely, the staff members are going to pick a genres that already work or had success, like romance or action, and they will create content based on what the audience likes. Doing this, there are no risks involved. They more or less get profit, but a thing called quote unquote risk management is very important in creating content because let's face it, you do not want to watch a generic romance or action show. They need to spice things up. That's why you need a little risk. In risk management, they will always want to create content for specific target audiences while having profit, or especially if they want to continuously make profit out of the show. So what I'm trying to say here is creating content is risky if you're trying to bring something new to the audience, as there's only a tiny portion of the entire viewers that will want said content. That's why a lot of shows releasing today are trying to aim for the wider general viewers, as they much prefer shows that they're already familiar with. That's why shows that are coming out today are very similar in genres. Another part of creating content is researching on what worked and what didn't work. Let's say that an action movie hits. That's why a lot of shows are trying to aim to be successful, as it is the most easiest thing to copy. While innovation will certainly give it more flavor, it wouldn't give them be a success show if it didn't had anything that is related to ones that are a hit, quote unquote. This is why most shows released today are being plain. They do not want to risk all of their money for something that the audience didn't know they wanted. That is why risk management is very important in creating content, as like I said, you'll be walking a fine line between taking the risk for success. If you're having more risk, chances are your show is gonna be great, but your success will dwindle. But if you're not taking risk, your success will certainly go up, but the rating of your show, your content, etc., it will certainly plummet down to the plunder. So that's it.